Well, it's Monday, the 1st of February 2021. Under normal circumstances, right now it's 8 minutes after 8. I was supposed to already be on my way to the campus, or at least at the campus, so that by 8:15 I'm at the library, waiting to go through because they open at 8:30. But while I'm still at home, and this is basically how my morning starts. I've got my laptop right here, my bag, my charger, and quite a number of books. So, and a bit of lunch. I didn't prepare anything, So I'm just gonna get a few slices of bread and hope that when I get to campus, I'll find something worth eating with my bread. That's how it is. That's the struggle. Sometimes you do actually get the time to do all this, and sometimes you just never don't. And at times you feel like you will have the appetite for the day, and then you do make actual food. At times you feel like, no, I won't eat. But that's not true. You do actually eat every day, and that's how being a postgraduate, is. It has all these ups and downs, but nonetheless, it is actually an exciting journey. So from here, I'm going straight to the campus. It's a long walk. I hope you're gonna be with me and you're gonna enjoy this. It's actually a struggle every day. Like, I have two bags. I have a backpack, that's my backpack, and I have a side bag. Now, all these two bags come in handy when I've got so much to carry, like a lot of books, because I use books a lot. I use my backpack, but now the disadvantage is that sweat on my back, so I get to school sweaty. But then I also have a side bag. It's nice, it's convenient, but I can carry a lot of stuff with it, which means that at least once in a week I get to carry a very light bag. Makes my life easy and makes the walking really, really fast, because it is quite a journey to the campus. Now here I have my notebook. It's very important. It's where I record everything. At the end of the day, I record what is it that I'm supposed to be doing the next day. And it helps me keep up with my routine and my targets, my goals for the day and for the week. So I know that after a long day of work, I've recorded what I've actually achieved and what I couldn't achieve. And I always look forward to the next day to see how do I proceed from here. And well, as you'll have it, my books. And these days, well, there's always sanitizer as well. I guess that's the life. Yeah, now I'm on this street, and the great trek has begun. I call it the great trek because it is quite a distance. It is quite a walk. Well, it's sunny. It looks like it's in the afternoon, but in actual fact, it's in the morning. It's just after 8, and I think it's almost 35 degrees if I'm not mistaken. It might get to 42 today, because that's usually how hot it gets here. But otherwise, it's a great weather. We get used to it, but it's really, 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 really hot. So that makes the walking to campus unbearable, if you like. But then, what can one do? It's a life we chose. You get used to it, I don't take any transport because there aren't any, unless if it's buses for undergrad students, of which you actually need a student card to go through, which I don't have because I'm a postgraduate. I have a student card that indicates that I'm a postgraduate. So I go on with my trek. Long trek, I can tell you that, but interesting. So I'm just gonna walk for like 15, 20, maybe 25 minutes to the gate, depending on how fast I am. But given the heat today, I'm just gonna take it easy, because I don't want to get there all sweaty and stuff. I mean, it's really, 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 really uncomfortable to start your day like that. You start your day so soaking wet with sweat. You can't be productive, I'm telling you. I'm still trekking, and look at the green and everything on my way to the campus. But actually I think that, wow, it's beautiful, it's green, it's nice. It is beautiful, it's green, it's nice during the day. But come to think of it, at night, when I have to pass here alone, There isn't anyone, and there are no lights at all. So it's a struggle for me. Really, it is a struggle. But I've got to get through here. So that I can get to my room. Yeah, it's chaos. All I have to do is look out for the cars, go from one side to the other. Just trying to survive. But of course, the point is I'm still on the track. It's a long trek. But I'm almost there. Now the disadvantage is just when I get to the main road, the main streets that go leads to the university, there's a construction currently going on. That just adds to the delays. The 20 minutes now gets 30 minutes because lots of cars and everything. So I really have to be careful. And there is the construction. Fortunately today, it's not so busy. So it's because of the lockdown. So it's not that bad. I easily, just got past by. Finally, I'm through the gate, but there was a long queue because of the COVID regulations. When you get to the gate, every 7 days, you've got to be assessed if you're not at high risk of the coronavirus. So it makes matters a bit worse. 20 minutes that I had estimated to get to my workstation, now it gets prolonged. So but hey, I am coping. So now, after the great trek from my place to the university gate, I'm inside. I've got to trek a bit longer again. That's like 8 or 10 minutes to get to my workstation. That is the library. But today it's Monday, and I usually dedicate the first half of the day to administrations. I have my fees are being paid for by the university, so I have a work study program. So on Monday I've got to check my schedule for the week. Will I be invigilating? Will I be marking scripts? Or if there's any administration that's there for me to do, so that I could actually record all that for the university to see the proof that I'm actually working for them to pay for my fees. So all that contributes to my day every Monday, or maybe once a week. Well, normally it's so full, it's so crowded. I'm actually at I'm going through my faculty, the School of Human and Social Sciences, straight from the main gate. We call this the N1 because this is where it all happens. When you get into the campus, most people just go through this way, so it becomes a rush. Like it's always, there's an up and down, there are activities happening all the time. But now look at the campus. The whole campus. It's like I'm the only person here. It's because of the COVID-19 restrictions. Not everyone is allowed through campus, so only a selected few gets to come through campus. It makes it so lonely. It feels like it's a ghost town. There isn't anyone. It's like I'm the only one here. But then, well, I suppose that at some point we'll get it right and we'll all be back. I am still walking to the library, but I think first, on a normal day and normal circumstances, when everybody's here, I'll pass by the work study office where I'll get my schedule for the week. Usually the schedule gets sent to my supervisor, but he never sends it to me via email because I think for him it's an excuse that we should at least meet on a Monday, talk a bit about the weekend and what we'll be doing for the rest of the week, because it's also important. There's a need to, which is actually one of the most important things when one is doing postgraduate studies. You've got to build a very good, a solid, a wonderful relationship with your supervisor, because there's just a lot that goes on into being a student, into being a postgraduate, and all that needs. You need the support of your supervisor. You need the guidance. So there just has to be a bond that ties the both of you together so much that it makes life a bit easier for you. You don't feel overburdened. You don't get to stress about a lot of things, because there is quite a lot of things to stress about. and that is the truth. So if it was a normal day, I'll pass by my supervisor's office, check with him if he hasn't received my work study schedule, and there I'm at his office. There. The housing group. Well, I could be here so we talk about my schedule for the week. But since it's the lockdown, there's no work for me to do, and that means I should proceed straight to doing my work. I mean, it's one of the, I don't know if I should say it's an advantage or disadvantage, because I don't know how it's gonna play out at the end of the day. If the university would actually say that I did my work and my fees deserve to be paid or not. So otherwise, in his absence, we'll just pretend he's actually absent from he didn't come to work today. So we'll proceed straight to the library where my work happens, where everything happens. From here to the library, it's quite a walk. So you can imagine, in a day, I get to do all these ups and downs and everything. So by the end of the day, I am actually tired physically and tired psychologically from the thinking and the walking. It's tiring. So now, this is the great trek to the library now. And again, look at the campus. It's green, it's beautiful, yes, but it's so empty. There isn't anyone. And well, it's almost 20 minutes to 9, and it feels like I'm still the only person in the campus. Makes me feel jaded. It's scary. I feel a bit of a chilling down my spine, but it's nothing I can't handle, because I've been doing this for quite some time, and it is what it is. It happens, and with the regulations, of course, there's nothing one can do. So we'll just get on with our life. So now I am walking to the library. That's where I spend most of my day. Yeah, so I spend most of my days scratching my head until I feel like all the hair on my head has fallen off, from all the scratching and everything. I'm still walking. You can imagine, walking in the morning through to the gate, and now walking to the library. It's almost a 40-minute walk every day. 40 minutes walk. Exhausting, eh? Too exhausting. I am walking as fast as I can to get to the library, but of course I'm cautious of sweating. Oof. And running. They'll be thinking that I'm being chased by something. So, well, I am pretty fast. I am walking pretty fast, but cautious of all these factors as well. Finally, the great trek is finally over. This is the library. I am at the library. Under normal circumstances, I'm supposed to go through in there and spend my whole day. That's if I don't have any tutorials scheduled for the day. But I usually have a tutorial, at least an hour a day, for like 4 days. Sometimes I try to make them 2 hours a day so that I can actually just use 2 days, and then the rest of the days I get to do my work. But yeah, well, that is it. The library is closed because of COVID-19 regulations. It's seen as a closed space that could actually easily turn into an epicenter. So it's not in operations. That means I go to plan B. Plan B would be the labs, but the labs now are postgraduate labs. Also the same thing is happening. They've been locked for the same reasons, and I really don't like spending my days in the lab, doing my work at the lab, for one reason. People come there for in intervals, and at some point it just gets long. There wouldn't be anyone, so you feel like it feels so lonely. It's ghosted. You're the only person who was there, fully focused on your work, and there isn't anyone else. So you've got to leave. So to avoid all the up and downs and everything, I just simply come to the library, where I can sit as long as I want and get to do my work. But again, as you can see, it's just a few people on campus, which really makes the place feel so much ghosted. And it has changed the way I do things, because if the library is closed like this, Now, where do I do my work? I gotta find a place to do my work, and for some reasons, I've got to adapt to a new routine, and it really takes time to adapt to a new routine. But it's the whole the new normal, you know. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go to where I get to do my work every day, but I'll definitely pass by the theaters for you to see if I'm actually tutoring. What do I do during my tutoring sessions, and the kind of crowds that I get to interact with, because I always have a full house when that happens. It's basically giving a lecture, only that I'm not a lecturer. I'll be a tutor, but I'll be a tutor then. Yeah, this is the lecture hall for usually when I have my tutorial sessions. So always, it's a full house. Yeah, I'll be tutoring. Basically, the whole theater will be full. I'll be tutoring for an hour or two. That's what I do again in a week. So you get to imagine all the kind of things I get to squeeze in my day, on a daily basis, or at least whenever I do get the chance to do that. But it is actually a requirement for me. It's part of my work study program. Tutor students, all that. I think this is a capacity of about 300 or so, or 250. Yeah, something like that. But I get to tutor this, give them, tutorial activities, get to mark, get to assess. Sometimes even have a bit of consultation with others who care enough. Yeah, it's students who care enough to contact you for a personal consultation, that I don't understand this, I don't understand that. Could you help me here and there? I tutor English studies. That's English language, English literature. And I used to tutor media studies as well, because I did media studies as part of my undergraduate degree. So yeah, that's basically it. 2 hours a week twice, or 1 hour a week for 4 days. I get to do this. Now, from here, I'm just gonna, rush quickly to where I get to do my work now in the new normal. Under normal circumstances, I was supposed to be doing all this with the students here, and my day would just be as representative as any other normal day. But now this is a normal day for me under lockdown restrictions because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And now the funny thing about the weather here is, when I left my place, it was hot. It was extremely hot, but now it's getting cloudy. So it's like this. Not carrying an umbrella, it's it's a mistake. But carrying it's a mistake again, because when it's hot, I don't use it. I don't like it. But when it's raining, of course, it's a necessity. So like carrying a jersey. You carry a jersey, and it gets so hot. So the jersey becomes a burden to you. It's heavy. You don't. Well, it gets so cold, and now you don't know what to do. But well, all that comes with the perks of the weather here. It's just like that. It's fluctuating. It gets so crazy. Now you'd think that I would ignore the decisions about the weather and everything, but all that constitute my everyday life. So now since my supervisor doesn't come to work on a daily basis, I get to use this office. It makes life a bit easier for me. But now the thing is, I can't leave here at 12 at 12 midnight, because when there's a curfew at 9, meaning that at 9 I should be in my place. So it means that I get to be here, for some hours. I really say some hours, because I live around 6, 7 when it's not really dark, because I walk. And working now, since there's a lockdown, students are still at home. They're learning through online platforms. It means that the road gets longer, and the longer it gets, the more dangerous it becomes. You can be creeped at any time. So I try to avoid that. I leave here a bit early. But now here's where I get to do my work, courtesy of my supervisor. You think something changes because I'm now in an office, but really it doesn't. Same thing happens again here every day for me. Finally the back. Yeah, that's how it is every day. I get to be that tired. When you get to the library, you take a minute or two just to breathe in, because it is that tiring. See, I'm like almost, or actually not even almost, already sweating. And you can imagine all this happening to you every day. You'd feel like quitting, seriously. It's a struggle. Before you even get to struggle about your academics, you struggle about little things. You walk to the campus, you run around in the campus, having to get my work study schedule, having to meet students for tutorials, having to walk around with my grant holders, because there's money needed as well, money to get by every day. All that requires time, and I've got to find a way to squeeze all that in a day. And I can guarantee you, it doesn't come as easy as I make it sound, that I get to the library and sit the whole day, or at least have a tutorial in which I get to step for an hour. So it doesn't work like that. There's a lot that happens in a day, and there's a lot that gets to change in a day. You could be having your schedule for a day or for a week, and that's what we do as postgraduates. The best way to achieve anything as a postgraduate is to plan, and you must plan properly, and you must plan realistically. That means that you should know that a day has 24 hours, and in some of those 24 hours you'd be sleeping. It's a necessity. You need to get enough sleep as a postgraduate student. So when you plan, and you need to have a bit of fun. Yes, there, I said it. You need to have a bit of fun. That means you need to have a bit of a social life. Some time to relax with friends, Let go of everything for a second, and just feel what it means to be young, to be alive, and everything. So all that needs to be squeezed in your day. So a day doesn't come as what. It doesn't come in a linear form that my day's gonna go straight like that. 90% of the times, it doesn't even happen like that. Your day actually starts from when you It starts from at the end of the day coming down. Like it gets inverted, into a pyramid. Yeah, it gets inverted into a pyramid. It's confusing, but of course there are times where you get to plan your day and then it goes, whew, so easy, so nice, so flexible. But that doesn't mean we should stop planning. We've got to plan. It's important. It's necessary. Even if your day doesn't go as planned, but there are certain things that you get to do for your plan. You plan. That means that planning is just as important. Now, after I've rested, I get to the core business of the day. There is my bag. There's my laptop. Okay, I can't get this out with just one hand, but there's always a plan. There's my laptop, and this is where I'm gonna be now with the whole day. Now, since it's lockdown and I won't be having any tutorials physically, I just get to send some notes online for them, and they hardly ever consult online, so it makes getting by a bit easier. So anyway, it means I'm gonna be here the whole day, and then at some point I'm gonna go get some lunch. It's important. You've got to eat. As a postgraduate, you've got to get your energy levels so high and so balanced so that you'll be able to get through every day. And most importantly, you've got to stay hydrated. Drink loads of fluids. That means water. Loads of water. It's so much important. Your body needs that. With all that happens in a day, you really need to have your body in check. That means you've got to eat properly. One food a day goes a long way. Of course, I don't have one today. But I know for a fact, a fruit a day goes a long way. A bottle of water, even better. So yeah, do that. I told you there are always disturbances. Take for instance today. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, but anyway, there's no internet. I can't find the internet icon, but there's no internet. That means that I've got to get IT to come and fix the internet. That's if the problem is in the office. But if the problem is in the whole university and I need to use the internet, it means the IT guys are probably busy with it. So it's like you an hour or 45 minutes to an hour of your day again. Boof. But because you don't have the internet, especially if your stuff gets saved online, you save your stuff on cloud because you never know what could happen, and you don't have any means to connect to the internet. So you wait until the internet is connected for you to do anything. And again, there's also a need for you to check your emails and everything, because you communicate via emails and everything with your supervisors and stuff. Your supervisor might be going through their own work, and then they find an article that speaks to your own work. They send it through to you via email. So you need an email for you to actually to read that. So when this happens, you wait for the internet. Hence, I'm saying that your day, my day doesn't go as clear as I plan and wish it could. There are always these little things that get in between, and it becomes this circuitous kind of a day. But at the end of the day, there are quite a number of things that I get to achieve, whether the day is circuitous or linear or whatever. But point is, somehow I get to do something that I set out to do a day before, or at least in the morning.